What's an unwritten rule your family follows that would seem completely bizarre to outsiders? When I was growing up, there was one rule in our house that nobody ever explained. If someone was upset, nobody chased after them. No one knocked on their bedroom door every few minutes asking, "Are you okay?" Instead, everyone quietly gave that person space. Dinner would still be left on the table. A cup of coffee might appear outside the door the next morning, but nobody forced a conversation until that person was ready. As a kid, I honestly believed every family worked that way. I never questioned it because it was all I had ever known. It wasn't until I left for college that I realized how different our home really was. One evening, my roommate and I were talking about family arguments, and she looked completely confused when I explained our unwritten rule. She told me that in her house, if someone walked away during an argument, everyone followed them until the issue was settled. To her, giving someone space felt cold. To me, following them felt overwhelming. The more we talked, the more I realized how differently families show love. In my family, silence was never punishment. It was trust. It meant, take your time. We'll still be here when you're ready. Looking back, I think that simple rule saved us from saying things we'd regret. Most of the time, people came back calmer. Apologies sounded sincere instead of forced, and conversations felt honest instead of emotional. Of course, it wasn't perfect. Sometimes the silence lasted longer than it should have, and sometimes people held on to their feelings for too long. But despite that, I never doubted that I was loved. Love wasn't measured by who spoke first. It was measured by knowing nobody was walking away forever. Now that I have children of my own, I've kept that same unwritten rule. They know they're never being ignored, but they're also never pressured to explain their feelings before they're ready. Every family has its own little traditions that don't make sense to anyone else, and somehow those are often the things that make a house feel like home. I'd love to hear about the little rule that makes your family uniquely yours. Share it in the comments.